To quote Lao Tzu, "The first is gentleness, the second is economy, and the third is shrinking from taking precedence over others." Gentleness means simply being kind to all life and not coming from a place of egotistical desires. When we practice gentleness, we give up the need to be right because being kind is more important than being correct. Lao Tzu put gentleness before everything else and thought that a spiritual person is the one that does not interfere with the natural flow of Tao. To understand this natural flow, Taoists often use the metaphor of water to observe its effortless capacity for following its own pathway, formlessly and shapelessly adjusting to whatever it meets along the way. Water also sustains life. For humans and animals alike, water has a cooling effect on the body, dissolving impurities, driving nutrients and waste around the body, replenishing the balance within its energy systems and its reserves. Similarly, gentle people are often therapeutic people, less punishing of others, more empathetic, flexible and adaptive. As with flowing water, they can preserve their own character. On the other hand, if you have been going against the flow, acting on ego and trying to fight the will of the universe, then you will most probably find yourself in a very dark corner, feeling desperate and depressed. Since there's no happiness without sorrow, as the Taoist principle of yin and yang would suggest, Lao Tzu emphasized that every spirited individual who's come out of that dark period has embraced the Tao and, as a result, has the capacity to understand other people that are stuck in their own trials. Hence, gentleness arises as the core virtue in relation to other people. If you scour the writings of Lao Tzu and Taoist monks, you will come to a conclusion that gentleness is the umbrella term that encompasses forgiveness, acceptance, and love. As an individual who accepted the ways of the universe through your own trials and tribulations, you will be much more ready to forgive because you understand the suffering of others. You've been there. You'll learn to accept the differences and treat every person as the messenger that conveys a spiritual message with their own mission in life and treat them with the respect they deserve. In today's world, we get so easily carried away with our own ego and desires that we forget to be gentle and attuned to other people's needs. With all of the social media attention we get, we turn into mini false celebrities, each with our own spotlight that allows us to broadcast our idealized phantom selves, while losing touch with real life and continuing to inflate our own egos. Since power, influence, number of followers or Facebook friends is the currency we respect and the language we understand, we can oh so easily forget to tune in to other people's needs because we're encouraged to be so self-centered. To be truly emotionally healthy and happy, you need to form close bonds with good people, and the best way to do that is to be gentle and understanding of other people's needs, struggles, and tribulations. We as modern people are also often guilty of thinking that gentleness is weakness, since we do not grasp the concept of sensitivity the way that we should do. But we need to understand that the key to true strength, the one that dissolves the limitations of our own ego, is sensitivity itself. Again, as the staple of Taoist ideas, the yin-yang symbol would suggest, there is no night without a dawn. So therefore, to be truly strong, you need to be vulnerable and sensitive first. And without those yin qualities integrated, we cannot be spiritually healthy. The key to global change begins with the individual. So start with your own life and surroundings. Be gentle to the planet. Recycle all the plastics we use in our daily lives. Go and donate some of your less used clothes to people in need. Instead of fulfilling your superfluous consumerist desires, go and donate some money to a good cause. But first, start with the small steps. Be gentle to yourself and your loved ones. If you happen to get into an argument, remember that kindness is more important than being right. And when you remind yourself of this, you will no longer have a strong, ego-inspired desire to dominate or control others, which will allow you to move into a rhythm with the universe.